strategy of leftism is that of sleight of hand. And for those of you who don't know, sleight of hand means manual dexterity or good with motor skills, pretty much. They want a violent mob of thugs wearing ISIS or ninja style outfits, stomping or around in jackboots, assaulting the elderly, women, and anybody on the right that does not hold their political views. They want this false notion of female empowerment and powerful women struggling against an old sexist conspiracy theory of organized male oppression. Yet they want male support for their movement, financial, physical representation, and legal, and trying to organize to oppress men. They want to fight against white interests and the interests of those of white European heritage. Just protest the shameful history of the white man's burden, but at the same time act like a generous benefactor to non-white oppressed races. They don't really, so all they do is try rewrite reality. They hate reality. So they just rewrite reality to align itself with their affirmation. The left basically takes on anything normal and flip it on its head. For example, they believe that men and women are equal, although they are equally important and hold the same human value, but they're not exactly the same. But however, they believe that they are interchangeable, equivalent, and transitionable. Good and evil are all a matter of perspective according to some people. Luciferians will place man beyond the cosmos and worship the beast that is themselves. They want to determine meaning and remake reality to align with their sick will. Not only will they be given rule over animals and set free to engineer and alter nature, he is not only free to engineer and alter others, but to engineer and alter himself. The reordering of moral nature not only becomes the left's tactic, but their ultimate strategy and their ultimate purpose as well. However, contrary to the doctrine of the Trinity that championed Christendom, men and women coming together as complements to form and become one thing and become the third thing, which is marriage. Marriage is not only just some fancy contract or some fancy institution, but a sacrament. On the question of good and evil, Christianity states that righteous behavior does exist, but evil is a twisted divergence that both are defined by the goodness of God. Leftists hate reason, and for good reason. There's no reasoning with the left, just as there's no reasoning with the unreasonable. Reason is an assault that goes against their will. Reason and logic is their own worst enemy. Leftists do not hate white males. Despite their rhetoric and despite their appearances, they hate the righteousness present in Western civilization, or at least what's left of it. They displace their contempt for national success by promoting the effeminate, the degraded, and those that are sickly amongst the white male populace. They hardly have any contempt for the black race. They love the ghetto gangster wannabes, the single mother, the ghetto culture, the drug addict. What they despise are free thinkers and those who could pull themselves out of poverty and be successful without government handouts. And they don't like Muslims. They only use Muslims as a pawn or as a temporary ally, or it could even be the other way around, for all we know. They seek to bomb their countries and introduce Western decadence into a culture whose strength is social discipline. Leftists cannot be reasoned with. You simply can't reason with the unreasonable, but neither can they be combated with their own tactics. When men who follow logos and attempt to play both the victim and instigator, it fails. Subtle rhetoric can cause occasional leftists, whether male or female, to self-destruct and burst in an amusing and entertaining display, showing the insanity for all to see will eventually recruit more people to our side. But as useful as these battles are, it is important to win the battles, but it is far more important to win a war. And these aren't wars. Leftism is a strategy, not a policy, and if we implement their strategies, we become those we struggled against, and power may shift, but we become Luciferians ourselves, and the decline will always continue. Fighting to win and achieve victory is not enough. We must fight for the logos, the truth, for God, and for our future, and everything else will just lead to narcissism.